everyone, I hope you all are healthy and safe at your home. This is Ms. Gunjan Daswani from Shiv Jyoti Educational Group Kota, and I welcome you all to the e-learning classes of English grammar. Okay, so now we are going to do the chapter of your English grammar book, that is Grammar Way, and the chapter that we are going to do today is your chapter 24, Sentences and its Kind. Now we are going to start with chapter 24, that is Sentences and its Kinds, which is given on page number 113. So you can open your books to page number 113 and you will find this chapter, that is chapter 24, Sentences and its Kinds. So as you all have studied this topic, that is sentences, in your junior classes also. Let's recall what you all have studied, that is, what are sentences? I'll tell you what are sentences. So sentences are what? Sentences are group of words. What is a sentence? It's a group of words that makes a complete sense. Okay, so these are a group of words that makes a complete sense is a sentence. Okay, so like we have you all the group, when we combine the words together, they form a complete meaning, they give us a complete meaning, and which is called a sentence. So we are going to study the kinds of sentences also in this chapter. Let's see what are the kinds of sentences. Okay, so we are going to study about the four kinds of sentences. Four kinds of sentences we are going to study. That is, the first one is declarative sentence. Okay, so first is what? First is declarative sentence. So what does this declarative sentence tells us? It tells us, it states something. That's a normal statement, normal sentence, normal, that it just states something and it just end with a full stop in the end. ये जो sentence है ये last में एक full stop से end होते हैं. Like you can see, I am writing an example over here, but before that, what does it state? It states something. Here, nothing, we are not talking about any question, not giving any command, not giving any request, just a normal statement. Okay, so like for example, so the boy walked home. So this is what? This is a normal statement, okay, and it's ending with a full stop. You can see over here, okay. So the boy walked home. This is not a question. This is not any command. This is not any order. That's just a normal statement that is stating something to us. Okay, so that's why this is what? This is a declarative sentence and it always ends with a full stop. Okay, now the next one, next example of this one only, that is, the children walked all the way to the bus stop. Okay, and it's again ending with what? It's ending with a full stop. Okay, now let's move to the second kind of sentence that we have, that is interrogative sentence. So it states what? These sentences, what does it tell? It asks a question. So ask questions. What are questions that you ask, that I say what are you doing? This is what? This is an interrogative sentence. Okay. So who's there standing at the door? That's again what? That's again an interrogative sentence, because I am asking you something. That's why. So all the questions are categorized into which category? That is interrogative sentences. Okay. So let's take an example. Whose dog is that? So this is what? This is a question, and it will always end with a question mark. Okay, remember this thing, that interrogative sentences, as we are talking about the questions over here, so it will always ends with a question mark. Okay? Okay, now let's see the another example. Where did you find this book? Okay, so here again you can see it's ending with a question mark, okay, because this is a question, and this is what? This is interrogative sentence. Okay, now let's see the third one. What is the third one? That is imperative sentence. The third type of sentence, third kind of sentence is imperative sentences. Okay, so imperative sentences, they are used to give an order, command or request or an advice. Okay, so what all comes over here? Order, command, request and advice. Okay, so whenever we are making a request, whenever we are giving an advice to someone, they are also known as what? Imperative sentences. Like you can see the example over here. If I say, stop the car. Okay, so that's a command being given, that's an order being given. That's why this is what? This is an imperative sentence, because this is a command which is given to the other person. Okay, now let's see the another example. Please shut the door to keep out the bats. Okay, so this is a request. Let's see another example. Turn left at the bridge. Okay, so these are some of the imperative sentences, some example of imperative sentences, as it tells us the order or command, request or an advice. Okay, so let's see the last type of sentence that we have. That is what? That is exclamatory sentences. We are going to see the exclamatory, which is the last kind of sentence. The fourth type of sentence is exclamatory sentence. Okay, so exclamatory sentences expresses what? Strong feelings and emotions. Okay, so like this, the feelings like wonder, of happiness, of joy, of sorrow. So whenever we are expressing the strong emotions or strong feelings, that time what sentences, they are categorized into what? Exclamatory sentences, and they will end with an exclamation mark. Okay, like you can see over here. What a funny story it was. That's a kind of emotion that has been expressed in the form of exclamatory sentence, and it's ending with what? It's ending with an exclamation mark. Okay. So, it expresses what? It expresses strong feelings. Okay, let's see one more example. Next is how exciting the movie was. It will again end with an exclamation mark. You can see over here. Okay. So, these are what? These are exclamatory sentences. Now, we are going to see that how these sentences can change from one type to the another. Okay, now we are going to see how the sentences are changed from one type to the another type of sentence. Okay, so first we are going to see how the declarative sentence can be converted into interrogative sentence, and interrogative sentences can be changed into the declarative sentences. How? Okay, so like you can see over here, I am writing a sentence that is, she is very kind. So, as you can see that this type of sentence is what? It's a declarative sentence, and now we have to convert this sentence into the interrogative one. Like we have to frame a question from this for this sentence. Okay, so what we are going to do? We are going to see the verb over there. So, we are given with is, which is working, it is actually an auxiliary verb, but it is working as the main verb over here. So, what we have to do? We have to shift the position of the auxiliary verb in the sentence. So, what we will do? We will shift this is in the starting. Okay. So, is, and then the subject will come, that is she. After that, the rest of the sentence. Is she very kind? And as we have framed a question, it will end with a question mark. Okay, so this is what? This is an interrogative sentence. Okay, now we have formed the interrogative sentence from a declarative sentence. Okay, so now let's see one more example over here. So like you can see, if I write, the girls were reading silently. So here we are given with the main verb also and the auxiliary verb also, that is the helping verb also. This is an auxiliary verb and this is the main verb, isn't it? So what we have to do, again we have to shift the position of the auxiliary verb only. We will shift it in the beginning of the sentence, like what we will do, were. The sentence will start with this, were aa jayega yahan pe, and then the subject, that is girls, then the main verb, that is their reading, ing form of the verb, okay, and then silently, the rest of the sentence, and then it will end with a question mark because we have framed a question over here. So, this is how we have converted the declarative sentence into the interrogative one. Okay. Like let us see, if the auxiliary verb is not given to us, then what we will do. Okay. So, if the auxiliary verb is not given to us, like if I write a sentence over here, Rahul plays basketball. Okay, so if there is no auxiliary verb given in the declarative sentence, we note the tense of the verb and change it according to it only. Okay, so the suitable form that we use for the auxiliary verb that will be used over here, that would be the do form. Do at the beginning to ask a question. Like like you can see, it depends on the number of subjects. So here you can see there is only one subject and it's the singular verb. Okay, So as you can see, Rahul plays basketball it is, okay, and we are having only one subject. So what we will do to form the sentence, we will use does, okay, because we were having only one subject, that was Rahul, okay. So does Rahul, okay. So now we have already added es in do, okay. So we will just write play over here, not plays, okay. So does Rahul play basketball? This is again a question that we have formed. Let's see the another sentence where the number of the subject changes, like it's more than one. So if I write a sentence, Rahul and Amit play basketball. Then you can see what we have to do if the number of the subject is changed over here. Then we will add do, okay, do in the beginning. Then what will come? The subject that is there, Rahul and Amit play basketball, okay. This is how we have changed the sentence. If the subject, if the sentence is given in the past tense, if the declarative sentence is given in the past tense, like you can see, Rahul played basketball last evening, okay. So this sentence is given in the past tense, right, because played, this is the second form of the verb we have used. So if the sentence is given to us in the past tense, then what we will do, we will add did, okay. If we are making the question out of it, we will add did, and after that the subject will come, that is Rahul, and we will not write played over here, okay, because we have already mentioned did, okay, and here the first form of the verb will come, that is play. Did Rahul play basketball last evening? Okay. So this is how we have to convert the declarative sentence into the interrogative one, and if we are asked to form the declarative sentence from the interrogative one, then we have to do the opposite of that, okay. We'll add the subject and then the verb and then the rest of the sentence, okay. Now we are going to see how the declarative sentences can be converted into the exclamatory sentences. Now we will see how a declarative sentence is converted into the exclamatory sentence. Okay, like if I write an example over here, that is, it was a wonderful day. Okay, so it was a wonderful day. This sentence is given into what? It's a declarative sentence, and now we are seeing what how the declarative is converted into exclamatory sentence. Okay, so it was a wonderful day. So if we have to change the declarative to an exclamatory sentence, we have to usually begin it with what or how. The sentence will begin with what or how. Okay, so if the situation is adjective plus noun, okay, so we will add what, or, an according to the adjective. Okay. So, and if the situation is given to us, just the adjective is given, not which is not followed by a noun, okay, then we will add how before it. Okay, so as you can see, wonderful day, day is again, it's what, it's a noun. So that's why it is adjective plus noun, adjective is followed by a noun. Then what we will do, we will add what, okay, then will come, or and depends on the adjective. Okay, so it's what, it's a the sound is consonant, so that is why a wonderful, what a wonderful, okay, then noun, that is day, and then the rest, then what is the left, that is the subject, that is what a wonderful day it was, and we have formed an exclamatory sentence, that's why it will end with an exclamation mark. Remember that. Okay, let's see the another sentence now. He is very obedient. This is again a declarative sentence, and you can see it is, the adjective is not followed by the noun. Okay, so how we will convert it? We will add how in the beginning, then the adjective, that is obedient. How obedient he is. Okay, so this is how we have to convert the sentence. Let's see the another one also. It is given to us, it's a sentence being taken from the book, that is, the flamingos in the park looked beautiful. Okay, so we have to form what? We have to form the exclamatory sentence. So as you can see, the adjective is not followed by the noun, then we will use how, then the adjective will come, beautiful, how beautiful the flamingos in the park looked. Okay, and as it is what, it's an exclamatory sentence, so that's why we have to add an exclamation mark in the last. Okay, so this was the chapter 24, that is sentences and its kinds. Now we are going to do the exercise of this chapter. Now we are going to do the exercise of this chapter. You can now open your books to page number 114 and you will find the first exercise over there. Read these sentences and identify their types. So what we have to do, we have to read the sentence and we have to see whether the sentence is a declarative sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence or an exclamatory sentence. Okay, so let's see the second one. The owl hooted in the dark night. As you can see, this is the normal statement. It is just stating something and it's ending with a full stop. So this is what you can see, this is what, this is ending with a full stop, isn't it? And it's a normal statement. It is stating something. That's why this is what, this is a declarative sentence. So we have written over there what? We have written it declarative over there in the blank. Okay, now let's take the fourth one. Have you prepared a list of the things we need to buy from the market? Question mark. So as you can see that this question, this sentence is ending with what? It's ending with a question mark and this is a question. So whenever we are asking a question, that sentence is what? The sentence is what? That's an interrogative sentence which is written over here and you can see it is ending with what? It is ending with a question mark. Okay, so this is what? This is an interrogative sentence and we have to write interrogative sentence over there. Okay, in this way you have to solve this exercise. Let's move to the other exercise. The exercise Arrange these set of words in the correct order to form sentences. Punctuate the sentences and write D for declarative sentences, EX for exclamatory sentences, IM for imperative sentences, and IN for interrogative sentences. So what we have to do? We have to arrange the set of words, the jumbled words into their correct order, and we have to form a sentence out of it, and we have to state that if the sentence that we have formed it's a declarative sentence, then we have to write D. If it is an imperative sentence, then we have to write IM. If it's an exclamatory sentence, then we have to write EX after it, and then if it is an interrogative sentence, then we have to write IN. Okay, so let's take the second one. Marvelous was what experience it. Let's do it on the whiteboard. P exercise, second one. Marvelous was what experience it. So these are the set of words which are given to us, and we have to arrange it into the correct order to form a sentence. Okay, so as if what was not given, then we have formed a declarative sentence, but what is given to us, is given to us, adjective is given to us, then what we will form, as I have told you, the format, the structure to form the exclamatory sentence. Let's follow that structure over here. So what will come in the starting? What was followed by or and, so here we are given with a, and then what is the adjective among these words? That is marvelous. What a marvelous okay. What a marvelous, and then the noun, that is experience. Then the subject, and then the verb. It was, and we have formed what an exclamatory sentence. That's why an exclamation mark will come. Okay, and then we will write what? EX, because this is what? This is an exclamatory sentence. That's why we have to write EX over there. Okay, so in this way we have to solve this exercise. As you can see the answer also. What a marvelous experience it was, ending with an exclamation mark, and then after that we have written EX, because we have formed an exclamatory sentence. In this way you have to solve this exercise. Let's move to the other exercise now. C exercise. Change these declarative sentences to interrogative sentences. Okay, so what we have to do? We have to change the declarative sentence into the interrogatives. Okay, so as you can see the second one, Varun helped his mother to set the table for dinner. So as you can see, we are not given with the auxiliary verb over here. So as I have told you, we will change according to the tense it has. So here we are given with what? We are given with the past tense. The sentence is in past tense. So the sentence, the interrogative sentence will begin with did. Okay, after that followed by the subject, that is Varun. Okay, this is the subject, this is the verb. Okay, and this is the second form. But whenever we are converting the past tense, the sentence which is the declarative sentence, and it is given in the past tense, then we will start with the sentence with did, and then Varun, and then we will add with did always the first form of the verb will come. Remember that. So that's why did Varun help will come, not helped. Okay, so did Varun help? This is what? This is the first form of the verb. फर्स्ट फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब है ये, ठीक है. So did Varun help his mother to set the table for dinner? So as we have formed the interrogative sentence, we have ended it with a question mark. Okay. So in this way you have to solve this exercise. Okay. Now let's move to the other exercise. Change these interrogative sentences to declarative sentences. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to change the interrogative sentences to the declarative sentence. Let's look on the whiteboard over here. So, does Maya play the piano? Okay, so we have to form the declarative sentence. Okay, so let's find out the subject over here, that is Maya. So first Maya will come, then verb. What is the verb? Play, and it's used with does, so Maya plays. With singular subject, singular verb will come, Maya plays. The rest of the sentence, the piano. Okay, so and it will end with a full stop. Okay, because we have formed the declarative sentence. Okay, so now let's check the answer. You can see Maya plays the piano, and it's ending with a full stop. We have formed the declarative sentence out of the interrogative sentence. Let's look at the last exercise. So E exercise, change these declarative sentences to exclamatory sentences and the exclamatory sentences to declarative sentences. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to form the declarative sentence from the exclamatory one, and if we are given with the exclamatory sentence, we have to form the declarative sentence out of it. So let's take the second one. What a pleasant surprise awaited us that Saturday, and exclamation mark. So this is what, this is a sentence which is given to us in what? It's an exclamatory sentence. So we have to form the declarative sentence out of it. What is the subject over here? That is pleasant surprise. A very pleasant surprise. We have added this. Then the verb. What is the verb? Awaited, and then us, because that's the object. So a very pleasant surprise awaited us, and then the rest of the sentence, that is that Saturday, and it will end with a full stop because we have formed the declarative sentence. So that's why it will end with a full stop. Okay. So now let's see the third one. Our teacher is very knowledgeable on most subjects. So this sentence is given into, this sentence is a declarative sentence, and we have to convert it into an exclamatory sentence. So what is, as you can see, after knowledgeable we are not given with any noun. So our adjective is not followed by the noun now. Okay. So what we will add, how we will begin the sentence? We will begin the sentence with how is written, then the adjective. This is the adjective. The adjective है, then how, knowledgeable, adjective will come. Okay, our teacher is on most subjects. Okay, then the rest of the sentence that is there. Okay, and then it will end with an exclamation mark. Okay, it will end with an exclamation mark because we have formed an exclamatory sentence. Okay, in this way you have to solve this exercise. Now I hope you have understood this chapter well. Do the exercises which are given to you as a PDF. Stay fit, stay at your home. Thank you.